You mean as in run away?
No. I mean to disappear.
Charlie, you're worried that you'll become invisible?
Invisible would be something. I mean to stop being.
Okay. I understand that this feels real to you, but what you're saying is not possible.
Descartes. I think, therefore I am. I am depends upon I think. My existence is dependent upon my thoughts. There's a structure there.
You're misinterpreting this.
What if, by the sheer force of my condition, what if by 15 years of erosion, by self-analysis, I've compromised that structure? What if I can collapse through I think?
You can theorize about this all you want, but people don't just dematerialize.
Tennessee, 1819. David Lang, a young farmer, is walking through a field with his wife and child. In full view of his family, he suddenly and completely disappears into thin air. Days later, sitting on the spot where he vanished, his daughter heard him crying for help as if from a distance.
An urban legend.
1815. A prisoner in a Prussian jail. As two guards watch in disbelief, he begins to slowly fade away. It took him an hour to disappear completely, but he vanished. His manacles fell to the ground as if he had never been there.
Charlie.
Indiana. 1890. Oliver Thomas. 16 years old, he walks outside his house and simply vanishes. His footprints just stopped. The crew of the Mary Celeste, the tribe of Roanoke Island, the Anjakuni Eskimo village.
Do you remember when you thought you couldn't go out into the sunlight because you were afraid it would blind you?
Yes.
Or when you thought that the world was a dream you couldn't wake up from?
Yes.
And we established that these thoughts, these worries, were all part of the anxiety spectrum. Becoming blind, living in a dream, these aren't rational fears.
Quantum mechanics says that consciousness affects reality. I read a book that said that you could manifest things in your life by visualizing them. What if you could de-manifest them as well?
It's superstition at best. And I know you are not superstitious, Charlie. You're far too smart for that. But that's also the problem. You latch onto a whimsical idea like becoming invisible.
Disappearing.
You find plenty of dubious evidence to support it, but you ignore all of the common sense, all of the well-researched books that say it's impossible.
I saw my hand flicker.
What?
I was sitting at my computer and I saw my hand flicker in and out of reality like a bad TV reception.
No, you didn't.
I saw it, Lorraine.
Were you researching this stuff at the time? If you focus on it like that, Charlie, of course the anxiety is going to get worse.
It can't be
And anxiety in some cases can cause brief hallucination.
I'm not afraid of it happening.
Why not?
Because it's an ending. I have spent 15 years feeling nothing but afraid. And it's all been pointless. I'm not a martyr, I'm not a mystic, At least this would give it some kind of meaning.
But getting better, that's the meaning. Becoming stronger from all of this, that's the meaning.
I'm not getting better. I'm addicted to benzos. I can barely leave the house. I haven't been with a woman in almost 10 years. I sit around all day watching the Golf Channel, because at least I know nothing sudden's going to happen. I hate golf. I'm on first-name basis with all of the staff at A&E because of all of the false alarm heart attacks I've had. I hardly ever sleep, except when my body is exhausted from fear. And when I do sleep, I'm scared in my dreams.
I know you're frustrated. I know you think you haven't been making progress, but you have. This is the tipping point. This is where you can make a decision to face up to your anxiety. Not 100 different nebulous fears and neuroses, but one thing: anxiety. You do this now, and consistently, and all your other symptoms will eventually disappear. It's either that or you go down the road of phantom fears and hallucinations for the rest of your life. It's up to you. And I want you to start now. I want you to walk home. Don't call a taxi. Don't ring your sister. Walk home through the city on your own.
But I can't.
You will be frightened. You will have thoughts about disappearing, but you have to push through it, Charlie. Prove it to yourself that you can do it. Prove it to me. And call me when you get home.
If I disappear,
You won't.
if I don't call,
You'll call.
if I don't call, thank you for everything.
You'll call.
Did you know that Descartes was a soldier before he was a scientist? One night on the front, he had a vision of an angel who told him to change his life.
See you soon, Charlie.